A powerful storm has swept across parts of Europe, leaving a trail of destruction. The storm, which has characterized by strong winds, heavy rain, and in some regions hail, caused widespread destruction, especially in the western and central parts of the continent. Germany, France, and the Netherlands were hardest hit. There thousands of homes left without power, transportation system severely affected, and schools forced to close. In Germany, winds of up to 115 km/h were recorded, which led to cancellation of train and flight across the country. The sun fell trees and roads and the railroad tracks. In some areas, river burst their banks caused significant flooding. The French authority issued a red warning for the storm, the highest level of danger, as the coastal areas were hit by the flight gust exceeded 116 km/h. In the northern region, residents were advised to stay at home and the storm approached, and local authority called it worst weather event in recent years. In many cities of Brittany and Normandy, buildings were damaged, and emergency service working around the clock to restore power and provide assistance to the victims. The Netherlands, the National Railroad Company, suspended all train and wind-damaged infrastructure, damaged overhead lines and blocking train and debris. At Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, numerous flights were delayed and cancelled as the rail traffic controllers struggled to cope with the unstoppable conditions. Coastal areas were particularly hard hit, with a high waves threatening sea defense in some regions. Further south, Italy and Spain also fell in epoch in the storm, although not as badly. In northern Italy, heavy rain had led to flash flooding, especially in Lombardy and Veneto region. The storm also caused landslides in a mountain area with the several roads blocked by debris. In Spain, storm wildly disrupted transportation, especially the northern region of Galicia and Basque Country. Several deaths have been reported across Europe as a result of the storm, mainly due to fallen trees and road incidents. Emergency services in all epic countries are urging people to avoid unnecessary travel to follow the latest weather warning. Meteorologists explain that the storm caused by the area a low pressure that moved across the Atlantic and intensified as it crossfired Europe. European meteorological services are closely monitoring the situation, and forecasts warn that the weather is worsening in the coming days. Also, the storm approach to moving eastwards is expected to gradually weaken. However, it's likely to take weeks to recover from the disaster and repair the damage already done. As Europe prepares for the new potential extreme weather events, questions are being raised about the increasing frequency and severity of such storms, which some scientists attributed to climate change. Rising ocean temperature and changing atmospheric conditions are believed in contributing a more unstable and destructive weather system, although more research is needed to fully understand this phenomenon. The situation remains critical, and governments across the continent have stepped up disaster response plans in health-affected communities. The impact of the storm was profound, highlighting the vulnerability of European infrastructure and the urgent need to increase resilience of extreme weather events. In Germany, the storm not only disrupted daily life but also created significant challenges and emergency services. Firefighters and rescue teams have been mobilized to clear roads, repair power lines, and assist those tended to storm effects. Many continue were struggling with the extensive property damage, including broken windows, damaged roofs, and flooded basements. In France, the intensity of the storm led to a number in dramatic rescue operations as the floodwater rose rapidly, inundated homes and businesses. Coastal areas suffered significant areas. In some regions, dams and other proactive structures were damaged. The French government declared a state of emergency in the most affected areas, promised financial aid and supported those in need. The storm aftermath has also prompted discussion about the need to better coastal defense and a better urban planning to reduce future risks. The Netherlands experienced a logistical nightmare. The storm severely affected the transportation network. Due to the suspension of rail service, many passengers were forced to fly, and alternative means of transportation would lead to significant delays and disruption. The Dutch government has mobilized additional resources and responded to disaster, including temporary repair teams and support affected businesses and residents. The impact of the storm on the country's vital transportation infrastructure, highlighting the challenges forced by the modern society daily in extreme weather. In Italy and Spain, the storm was harsh, remind severe weather events are becoming more frequent in southern Europe. Rain in Italy caused significant damage and farmland, exacerbating concerns about the food security and economic losers for farmers. Strong winds caused extensive damage to homes and businesses, and many areas are still without electricity. Across Europe, this is a growing awareness need to address underlying as to lead more severe storms. Climate change and key factors are rising global temperature to lead to more extensive and unpredictable weather patterns. The European Union and national government are under pressure and accelerate efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions emissions and inventing climate change adaptation strategies. In the storm time, affected communities are come together to support each other and they begin the recovery process. Local organizations, volunteers and humanitarian groups are playing a crucial role in providing assistance, from disrupting basic necessities to provide shelters to those who have been homeless by the storm. As a European recovery from the devastation events, the focus will inevitably be assessing the impact of hurricane, learning from the response and building resilience to future extreme weather events. The lessons learned from the storm will be vital, shaping strategies to protect communities and infrastructure in the era and increasing climate uncertainty. In the aftermath of hurricane, European government has been struggling with both immediate and long-term response. The Agency of Situation has led to calls to coordination European approach to disaster preparedness and climate resilience. As the storm demonstrated the interconnectedness of modern infrastructure, there is a growing concern to need the stronger cross-border cooperation in disaster management. In Germany, the federal government has pledged to allocate significant funds to recovery efforts, forcing to prepare critical infrastructure such as road, bridge, and power grids. The impact of the storm in the emergency sector was particularly severe, with many experienced prolonged power outage. In response, emergency companies are working tirelessly to restore service and policymakers and exploring ways to strengthen resilience and grid future disruption. In France, the government has initiated a comprehensive review of a country food management system. The storm exposed vulnerabilities is excessive flood protection system prompted to monetization the both infrastructure of emergency response strategies. Local authorities are also working to continue to develop more robust flood management plan to improve early warning system. The Netherlands notes for sophisticated water management system were forced to limits of the defense capabilities. The storm has led serious discussion about the need of strategic flood protection and sustainable flood planning. Dutch officials are exploring inhabitants in flood management, including advanced forecasting technologies and the creation of additional flood zone to absorb excess water. In Italy, Spain regional government are forcing to recover efforts to address the immediate needs to long-term consequences. In Italy, hearing had coordinated concerns about landslides and erosions prompted to review and land use policies and emergency planning. In Spain, storm damage to agriculture highlighted the need to improve drought and flood resilience strategies to protect agriculture sector from the future shock. A broader Europe response in all stock shape. The European Union is considering increasing funds in the disaster management and the climate change adaptation project. There is a growing demand to policies and support with mitigation to adapt measures and reducing risk related with extreme weather events and increasing the resilience of community. The Europe strategy to recover from the storm is experiencing highlighting the urgent need to the program the shift in how society prepared to respond to climate change. The storm has exposed to interconnectedness of modern infrastructure and the vulnerabilities arise from it, emphasizing the need to integrate approaches to disaster management. In the coming weeks and months, and the focus shift from the immediate recovery to long-term planning and adaptation. Policymakers, scientists, and engineers will need to work closely monitoring the situation to ensure that lessons learned to the storm are incorporated into the future strategies. The ultimate goal is to boost more resilience Europe, able to withstand the growing impact of the climate change to protect communities from future extreme weather events.